Hey guys, it's RebeccaLynOberstadt. This is going to be a really quick intro. I had at least one comment asking if I would do individual looks using the Fall Color Story palettes that I'm wearing two right now, the Milani Pure Passions and the Aurora palette from Alter Ego. They have very similar color stories. I've actually worn them in the past 2 weeks. And so yeah, I did one look on one eye, one look on the other. They're very similar, but I did things differently. And I don't know how many palettes I'll put into one video, but this will be like a small series of fall palette looks. And yeah, we're doing some cranberry vibes on both eyes. One's more neutral, one's more bold. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and I will get those started. I might do a voiceover for each part that I recorded. And so this is first two looks of a multiple palette look video for fall colors. So hopefully you enjoy.
Hey guys, so palette number 1 is the Milani Pure Passions palette, and the first shade is Totally Fawn of You. And I'm just working this in my actual crease and then underneath my eye a little bit. And then I blend up above my natural crease just ever so lightly. Sorry about the fuzzy camera. Then I'm doing this a little backwards. I'm going into Lust of Luminous. And normally I would put the darker shade on first and then the lighter shade on, but I did this on purpose because this is more of like a spring color than a fall color. And now I'm going into Desert Getaway. I wanted to have the darker shade over the lighter shade on purpose because I wanted that beautiful cranberry color to pop more than the lighter spring kind of color on the front of my eye. Yes, there's a little fallout on my face. It's, you know, it is what it is. I've got a little powder on underneath there. And I'm also working it underneath. Now to tap into the heat is on. Tapping this to bring some warmth and depth on the outer edge, and then pumping up the crease just ever so lightly. And that is a BH number 6 brush, and it's kind of a fluffy packer brush. That is a Ipsy Tetris brush that I'm using there. And I do use the same brushes for the most part. That is the IT Cosmetics Lash Blowout Mascara and the finished look. Everything that you're watching for the most part is 2 times speed. This is the first look using Milani Pure Passions. This is the Aurora Alter Ego palette. This is a beautiful palette a subscriber sent me. I'm going into the shade Shine. It's this like warm orangey yellow shade. It's really pretty. Kind of almost a lighter version of a creamsicle color orange. I really like this color. And then going into the shade Soul, which is a darker version of it, and it's a little bit more warm. This one has more orange in it, whereas the other one has a little bit more yellow. And I'm working this on the outer edge and in my crease. Now going into the shade Luminary. I'm doing the same reverse thing where I'm putting it on the inner part first and then putting the darker color over it. This is a Veramona shader brush. You can buy the dual-ended version of this on their website for like $25 or $30. This came from an Ipsy. And into my favorite shade, this is Cosmic. It is this beautiful like cranberry burgundy shade, but it has this pink hint to it. So it's not like the cranberry shade from the other side. It's a little bit more pink. Now if you look, I only carried the shimmer shade up just a little bit over my natural crease or my natural mobile lid. Normally I would carry shimmer a little bit higher than that, but this time I decided not to. And of course, packing over it with my finger to make sure I press it into my lid, and then adding Soul back to the crease because I lost it a little bit there, and then blending it back out with Shine. This is look number 2 using the palettes from the fall palette video. What do you guys think so far? There are 6 looks in this video total. Sorry about the fuzzy camera. I had my eyes closed as you could see, so I didn't realize it was fuzzy. And it's funny, if you look at these eyes, they're very similar shades of cranberry, but one of them is more neutral and one of them is definitely more warm. And here they are side by side, so you can see the fall color stories together. I love both of these palettes. I think they're both really pretty. This is the Colored Rain Smoke Show palette, and I'm going to start with the shade Smoke Screen. In the pan and in swatches, it looks like a navy blue black and it does have shimmer in it. It's got silver shimmer in it. But using that BH number 6 brush, it seems to like kind of dust some of the shimmer away, which is perfectly okay with me. And it's funny, as I blend it out, if you look, there's some like lines on my crease. That's just because I'm 40 and my eyes are not perfect. So I do hold up my eyebrow with my hand to make that as taut as possible. And the door is what the camera is focusing on. Fucking camera. Jesus, seriously? Wait, there you go. There's my eye again. And it looks like as I blend this shade out, it has more of like a red base to it than the blue base that I thought it had. I'm also tapping into that Naked Eye shade to blend up above it, just to blend out the edges a little bit more, top and bottom. And I do have powder on my face because that black shade did have some serious fallout. I mean, what do you expect? It's a shimmery black shade, and I was floofing it on like anything else. Now, I am taking what I would normally apply a shimmer with, and I'm going into Showtime. It is a matte, like, forest green color, and it's really pretty. And I leave the black alone. I kind of just put it everywhere the black wasn't, and then I made it up in the front. So I kind of did this a little bit different than I normally would have. And then I do cheat a little bit, and I grabbed a shimmer shade that is a single from JD Glow to add to this look, because this palette doesn't really have a light shimmer shade. This is the Lemonade from JD Glow. Both of these the palette and this shade, I do believe JD Glow is a black owned business, as well as, you know, Colored Rain is. And I wanted that pop of yellow gold there, something to give it some sort of like kick in the face, man. And of course, it's a little bit too yellow on my brow bone, but I really don't care. It's a beautiful shadow. And I tap it right along my lash line as well to make it a little bit more cohesive and to give it, I don't know, some more pizzazz. I didn't feel like putting liner on. And I do use, that is an Avon 24 karat liner I put in my waterline, and the It Cosmetics Lash Blowout Mascara again. I was trying a neat transition there. Yeah, didn't quite go as planned, but you know, it is what it is. And then thankfully this palette does have a magnetic closure, and I just stuck the single pan on it as I was using it. That was very handy. Now this palette I forgot to mention in my fall palettes video, but that bottom row basically is fall colors. This is the BH Illusion palette, and there are no color names on this palette. This was one, I believe, a subscriber sent to me. They sent me this palette and the Aurora palette. So I'm working with that blue shade. And I also had some like issues with my lid wrinkling on me. So again, I am using the assistance of a hand in order to help blend that out. And I'm still using that BH number 6 brush. And I'm doing like a little boop of a wing on this one as well. Now I kind of go from fall and throw some winter in on top with this. So this isn't quite a complete fall look, but I really didn't have too many options in this palette besides using either an orange, a bronze, or a gold. And with this shade of blue, it just didn't look quite right to me. So I went another route. And I'm building up that blue on my lid for a reason, because I pop a shimmer over it here. There you go. There's that shimmer. This is a warm undertone blue. The other shimmer that I use here in a minute is a cool undertone blue. So I wanted that blue underneath where I put this so that it stood out just a little bit more. And I found that this shade went on pretty fine without a wet brush, but I did end up dipping my brush in water to get it to appear a little bit more smooth. I noticed that it was a little chunky when I first applied it, and I do press over it, there you go, with my finger, and it kind of gets rid of some of that chunky look, but the wet brush also helps smooth it out. there's that cool tone blue, and I popped that on the inner corner. It's like a silvery blue color. It is very, very pretty. And I'm just blending that into the other blue shade and pressing over it so that it's not chunky. Now that mauve purple shade that I'm using at the top to blend out, I did that on purpose, not only to bring some more like fall kind of vibes to it, because this is more of a fall kind of purple, but I also wanted to blend out those edges just a little bit more. And yes, there's some blue fallout. I kind of sweep it away with this purple a little bit, but I also do have powder underneath my eyes because I knew the shimmer shades would give me some issues with fallout. And then I tap that icy blue shade over it. This is that's actually a blue liner from L'Oreal, and the It Cosmetics Lash Blowout Mascara yet again. There is look number 4. Again, this was not included in the palette video, but I threw it in because a lot of the colors in there could be considered fall. So here you go with both looks again. Look 3 and look 4. And it's funny, the green doesn't look quite as green on my lid next to that JD Glow shadow. That yellow gold shadow really kind of like steals the show on that one eye. Now onto the Milani Bold Obsessions palette. I'm starting with the Little Black Dress shade, again with that BH number 6 brush, and this is a nice matte black. Again, got some wrinkling on my eyelids going on, but I'm blending it out. I'm working with it. I don't use black very often, but the next two looks, this one and the next one, I do use black with both of them, just because I don't use black very often. It kind of intimidates me, and it's one of those things that I kind of shy away from that color because I have very light blue eyes and I'm very pale, and black seems to wash me out. Now into that shade Bear in Mind. The shade names for the Milani palettes are on the back, so if you ever wonder where I'm getting the names from, they're on the back of the palette. They don't print them on the front, but they do print them on the back. Now into Gold Getter. I'm putting this on hello? Hey, move your head up. Hey, we can't see you. Oh, there you go. This is a warmer gold shade. It has a little bit of orange to it, and it almost reminds me of like a brand new copper penny. Now I'm in that blazing hot shade, and I'm mixing it with red between the lines. Hey, we can't see you again. Oh, no, that's half-assed better. There you go. Pick your head up, dumbass. And I blended that on the center of my lid. I still wanted that black to peek through, and I wanted to merge those two shades together, so I did pick the gold up on my finger to like tap over the two shades, and it made like a copper shade, and I'm not too unhappy with that. I then took the red between the lines by itself on a little flat packer type brush, and I tapped that on the outer edge because I wanted that pop of red out there as well, again so you could still see the black just fine, but it was a different red than the mixture that I did between the cranberry red and that red I'm working with right there. And I'm just tapping over the edges to make sure it's smooth. And again, mascara. I'm trying to be cool with these transitions, man, but I don't know how I'm doing. Let me know down below what you think about the transitions that I'm trying to do with the mascara wand, and I don't think I did too good with it, but hey, at least I tried. It was something new. Now, this is the Wet n Wild Hallow Queen palette. This palette doesn't have any shade names at all. I mean, there's like a shade name on the black shade, but that's it. Now, if you look, this black looks a little bit richer than the black from the Milani palette, and I really like the black from the Milani. It also looks a little shiny. I thought it was matte, but I'm not too unhappy with it. I'm like, oh crap, I got black out too far. I'm making a mess. Got powder all over my under eye. What the hell is the smear in the front of your eye? Yo, did you not see that? No, I didn't. And blending, blending, blending. And, wait, did I color switch it? No. Okay, color switch now. And I'm blending that out. And this is like a purple based black. As you can see, as it blends, it looks a little bit more purple. I found the spot in the front. Now I'm going into this. It's really like a neat shade. It's not purple and it's not champagne and it's not pink. It's kind of all of them. And I'm using that Vera Mona shader brush. It is wet to get this to go on the lid. And now I'm going to that beautiful like navy blue shade, and I'm tapping that over the black. I did the black on my lid because I wanted this blue to pop. This blue is gorgeous. This is like the perfect sapphire blue shade, and it's stunning. And I'm just working it on, and throwing it under my lash. This is like a beautiful blue shade. Just smearing it on. Yeah, just smear it on. Yep. Blend it out. Smear it on. Smear, smear. Now, this white shade is like a transforming shade. It's not white, and it's not pink, and it's not purple, and it's not blue, but when you tap it over other things, look, it looks more blue now. Isn't that neat? And I just did that to kind of merge the two colors together. And of course, I didn't color switch the brush, and I just smeared black all the way out to my hairline. And thankfully, I fixed it because I had powder on underneath of my eyes. So it was easily, or more easily, swept off. And here is look 6. Everything was 2 times speed for the most part, except for like when I do this and it's 1.5 times speed. Let me know what you guys think. A lot of these looks took me anywhere between 5 and 7 minutes total to do. The whole video was 55 minutes long with every video clip before editing, before cutting anything out, before speeding anything up. It was 55 minutes, and I've got it down to 19 minutes and 25 seconds. So let me know what you guys think. These are looks 5 and 6. The Milani Bold Effects on the one eye and the Wet n Wild Halo Queen on the other eye.
Hey guys, I forgot to record the ending of the 6 looks, 1 palette each. I did use quite a few palettes. When I went over my list and worked down which palettes I had actually used for this video, I realized one of them wasn't actually included, and I don't know why. So I'll talk about that one first. This is the BH Illusion palette. This one here has a lot of different like colors down here that could be considered fall shades. You've got the dark plums, you've got the navy blue, the grungy greens, this like almost off red color. You've got some oranges, the gold, the brown, this like mauve purple up here. So there's quite a few colors in here that I figured would also work for fall palettes. So I went ahead and pulled it and used it in my first 6 looks. I'm currently wearing look 7 and 8 right now. I used the Wet n Wild palette. I will have everything linked down below. The Milani Bold Effects and the Pure Passion. I use these at separate times with other palettes. The Colored Rain Smoke Show and the Aurora palette from Alter Ego. So these were the first 6 palettes that I got into, and hopefully you guys like them. Most of the looks took me about 5 minutes to do total, and that's one eye, of course. So 6 looks. I will probably do a voiceover for them because I was listening to music the whole time I recorded them. But let me know what you guys think. These are looks based on the fall palettes video, so I will link that down below as well if you missed that one. It's basically where I went over 20 something palettes that I own that have very nice fall color stories. I talk about pros and cons for the palettes. I also talk about what colors could be excluded out of it for non-fall colors. So these were the first 6 that I started off with. Let me know what you guys think down below. And I am working on another set of 6 looks right now. So hopefully you guys enjoy. I will see you in another video very soon. Have a fantastic day or night, wherever you are. Bye.